Hey everyone, it's Mary back with another day in the 30-day inspiration for 2024. So today, let's talk about clarity. Clarity is something that can elude us really quickly, and it comes from inaction. You know, sometimes we'll have an idea of something that we want. Even it could be a way of being, or it could be you wanted to create something, you want to launch a business, you want to move somewhere, you want to downsize, you want a new relationship, like whatever the thing is for you, that the ultimate goal is of something that you want. A lot of times we don't have clarity on it. So if you can't describe it, you can't get it, right? Because the universe, there's, this thing about the universe will provide. The universe is abundant, right? It can't give you something that you can't even describe. But oftentimes when people think about the word clarity, they think of something that maybe that they have to give up, or they have to get too narrow, and that narrowness brings about fear and brings out feelings of there's not enough, when in all actuality it's simply the reverse. There's plenty for everybody if you'll take the time to get clear about what it is that you say that you want. That's where the abundance comes from. So think about that clarity will precede success. So you could stumble into success, certainly, but sustainable success will come from clarity. And when you lose sight of clarity, you actually kind of feel it. You might have a place in your body that you feel it. Maybe your gut, your shoulders, your lower back might start hurting, but you'll actually feel if you sit and get quiet, you'll actually feel someplace in your body that it shows up, like that something just isn't right. Right? So it's like eliminate the options. Think of something that you want, a way of being, a thing that you want, as I said earlier, a business you want to move, in a relationship, or something that you want. Just eliminate the options, kind of like make your dream list, so that the clarity. So this is what a quote says: when you have clarity, the universe will actually conspire to make it happen. And how, I know that sounds like a lot of woo-woo for some of you, but let me explain that. Let me explain it deeper. So when you have clarity, the universe will conspire to make it happen. And what that actually means is that your mind can only give you what you think about most often. So that's why, bad things happen to good people, right? Because their headspace, the things that they think about, is the negative self-talk. He did this to me, she did this to me, they don't like me, he doesn't like me, nobody loves me, I'm broke, I'm fat. When you constantly giving yourself these negative messages, the mind then doesn't go, oh, I'm going to give her a positive message. The mind doesn't do that. Only you can. You're the one that has to make the choice to think a different thought. I often talk about it in a way of getting to choose to think a better feeling thought. Because once you get to the point where you can feel things in your body, notice where they land in your body, then you know if you're on the right track or not. Because your body is made up of like 70% water. So this energy flows. If our chi I don't know about that. If our chi isn't right, then we'll kind of feel it. And once you get into this understanding of the universe really does have your back, then you can trust that if you step into this clarity, if you set aside all the options, knowing that if you choose to go down a different path at some time, it's available for you. But you have to choose a path. You have to choose something to step into. You have to make that move. Clarity comes with movement. So for instance, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now if I never pulled my camera up and just played with this, right? Actually, all of this came about because of COVID, because I was doing in-person workshops for most of my business career, right? And when COVID hit, all of a sudden, there were no in-person workshops. What did that mean for me? Was that I had to start doing stuff online. I had to start doing this. I didn't know how to do this, but I had to do something different. I had to try. I had to sit. Where do I want to sit? What do I want to say? What feels good to me? Because it's not really about what others think. It's what are the words that you're saying to yourself about how you're doing or being in this moment. So listen to this. The day you plant the seed is not the day the plant comes up. The day you plant the seed is not the day the plant provides you with the fruit. But you have to make the move. You still got to plant. You still got to have faith that you're going to do this thing, whatever that is for you. You got to do this thing, and you have to keep doing it. You can't do it and go, okay, oh gosh, it's day 2, nothing's happening. Day 3, oh my gosh, day 5. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes this. Nobody's reaching out to me. Nobody's clicking the buy button. Well, nobody's responding to me, commenting, right? The day that I started this was not the day that anything happened, but I had to do it over and over again. And it was with that movement, that doing, that I became more clear about what it is that I wanted, that I loved to do the most. That's where the passion comes in, which is, we'll talk about that later in the month. But as I got more comfortable in doing this, I became more clear, which getting more clear led to more passion, which led to me attracting the people that want to be inspired by me, for instance. So movement is trying something different, is helping you to gain the clarity. So I want you to think about today in this word of clarity. What is it that you can set aside? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a piece of paper and I'll just jot down notes of other things that I want to do, or maybe it's a blog post I want to write, or maybe it's another video that I want to do that came out of what I'm doing right now. So keep that running list, but don't act on it. Just stay here. Stay in this lane. Flush this out. Get good at this. Get good at this so that you feel comfortable. You can trust yourself that you know that you know that you know. And what happens is that others begin to know, like, and trust you as well. That's where the magic starts to happen in all of this. When you have clarity, the universe will conspire to make it happen. Gain some clarity. Grab that journal. Get a piece of, get a pen, get a piece of paper if you don't have a journal, and write down some things that you want to do, that you want to attain. And let me tell you, what happens usually is that once you begin to jot down these things that you want to do, or this idea that you have of whatever it is that you want, once you begin to write down the things that entails, whether you want a house on the beach, what beach would that be? What's the house going to look like? All of those things. Or a relationship, the same thing. What is that? What do you want from that person? What do you want in a person to be your soulmate? Once you begin to write down these things, what usually happens is that you could then take that list and come up with a word or come up with an action that you could do to step into this clarity a little bit deeper, that stepping into that action would actually help to tell the universe, help the universe guide you into the action steps to take that make this come to you with more ease and grace, which is what this is all about. I know this word ease and grace. Yeah, I talk about this often. Maybe it's because something that I struggled with for so long. But in gaining this way of action, this thing that you're going to do, will help you to gain clarity. Like, don't think that you're going to get up in the morning and go, oh my gosh, I have the answer. The answer to my dreams is this. Oftentimes it doesn't happen that way. The influencers that you see on social media, they didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be the influencer for candles that are made in Ethiopia. It usually doesn't happen that way. It's some action step that they took to get them to get so passionate about something, was that they followed that path. So today, think about clarity. Write down what clarity might mean for you without pushing it. Let it flow. None of this is about pushing. None of it is certainly about judgment or criticism of yourself, because that's all this is about you. Nobody else is doing anything to you. Nobody else is telling you how to be. It's you. This is coming from you. This is an inside job. This month is about an inside job. What does clarity mean to you? What would clarity of vision mean to you? And what are the steps that if you tried to make your next right move today, what would that be? Your next right move. One step, one tiny movement. What would that be? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear.